So it turns out Jussie Smollett, the guy that allegedly filed a false police report saying that he got attacked by two guys and they put a noose around his neck. Were they white guys or black guys? I don't know. Well, that would mean that we were white guy. They were white guys because he's black. And if it was a hate crime, a race crime, a hate crime, then yeah, that would imply that the people were white that allegedly put a noose around his neck. Now, see, I don't see why you would lie about something like that, though. I mean, apparently, it seems like he lied because. Let's just get into the article before I give my conclusion onto what I think about the case. Now, Donald Trump is saying the case is an embarrassment. He says that he says that all charges, blah blah, were dropped. He had been accused of arranging a fake racist and homophobic attack on himself. Now he's asking the DOJ, the Department of Justice, and the FBI to now investigate the case. So basically they're not gonna let him get away with this. I think he probably did lie about this to garner some kind of media attention on his failed career with Empire. So he definitely lied because it seemed like his ulterior motive was to garner some type of media attention to propel his career to further heights. He wanted attention. That is probably why he did it. He lied to gain attention. Now everybody knows who he is, right? Everybody's talking about Jussie Smollett on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and all over these places. Like, Jussie Smollett's name is definitely out there, so now everybody knows who he is. And since all charges were dropped in the city of Chicago, he won the case. So now he won the case. He's no longer under he's under investigation from the DOJ and the Department of Justice and the FBI. Yeah, he is, but he won the case. So now he has all the positive attention of winning the case. So he turned a possible L into a W. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think these people like Donald Trump and those people in high positions are gonna allow Jussie Smollett to get away with this. He's not gonna get away with a false reporting a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? I think he did it, and he should probably go to jail because filing a false police report and saying that people put a noose around your neck probably isn't the best way to garner some type of media attention for yourself. Now, Patricia Brown Holmes says the 36-year-old star is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, and I agree with that. Everybody should be proven guilty. I mean, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. She said, respectfully request all government agencies live up to the ethical tenets of their office. She's basically saying she hopes that different people that are part of government agencies, such as Donald Trump, don't get involved in the case and they live up to what they, signed when they were ushered into the positions that they were ushered into. Like, Donald Trump, before he becomes the president, he has to put his hand on that book and say he solemnly swears to adhere to blah, 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 blah. So I think every senator has to do that as well. So the case was dismissed. We should all allow Mr. Smollett to move on with his life as a free citizen. I don't know the legal implications of doing a retrial, but apparently all charges were dropped against him on the 26th of March, so how can you reopen the case? I'm not completely sure how that is even possible. But he claimed that two men beat him up and put a noose around his neck on the 29th of January. In February, he was charged with filing a false police report. So he got charged. That implies that the police had sufficient evidence to make him a suspect and then put him in jail, and then obviously there's a trial. and when the trial happened, they found him to be not guilty. I don't know, because it doesn't say that they didn't find him not guilty. But since then, the Chicago police and the city's mayor, Rahm Emanuel, have been publicly very critical of the actor. Play the clip.
The accusations within this phony attack received national attention for weeks. Celebrities, news commentators, and even presidential candidates weighed in on something that was choreographed by an actor. First, Smollet attempted to gain attention by sending a false letter that relied on racial, homophobic, and political language. When that didn't work, Smollet paid $3,500 to stage this attack and drag Chicago's reputation through the mud in the process. And why? This stunt was orchestrated by Smollet because he was dissatisfied with his salary. So he concocted a story about being attacked. Now, our city has problems. We know that. We have problems that have affected people from all walks of life, and we know that. But to put the national spotlight on Chicago for something that is both egregious and untrue is simply shameful.
All right, so you guys heard the clip. He's basically agreeing with the prosecutor, and he thinks that Jussie Smollett lied. So he lied. Everybody knows he lied. I mean, he lied, and he filed a false police report about a hate crime and a homophobic attack that didn't actually happen. So trying to garner media attention through false police reports, are we actually condoning this kind of behavior in Black America? This is why Black America is ass backwards, guys, because look, I didn't get to watch it all, but Cynthia G, she made a video about, Jussie Smollett and how she perceived the case to be bogus, and she perceived Jussie Smollett to be innocent because she didn't feel the evidence was sufficient to her liking for him to be convicted. And then she later goes on to say that even if he was guilty, she's looking at all these other cases of white women that have been, they haven't been held accountable for, doing those false, giving out those false rape allegations against Black men. But that's a false equivalent. I mean, if anything was ever a false equivalency, Cynthia, that would be a false equivalency, because rape and a hate crime, they aren't exactly the same thing. I understand both of them are false allegations, but it doesn't matter. A false allegation is a false allegation. You know what I'm saying? Two wrongs don't make a right. So are we just gonna sit up here and give Jussie Smollett a pass because he's Black, even though he's not really Black? He's mixed, he's biracial, and he's gay. So he doesn't really give me the image of a Black American man. He doesn't even look Black. He's biracial. He's not even Black. So I don't know why we're bending over backwards to protect a guy that doesn't really give a damn about the Black community to begin with. He didn't care nothing to do with the Black community when he did this little charade. All he was doing was to further his own interests with his own career, because nobody knows who he is before the case. Nobody knew this guy before the case. And he did this to garner some type of media attention for his failing career. That's all there is to it. I didn't watch the whole video. I watched like 10 minutes. As you can see, I really don't want to watch anymore because I just don't like the sound of this bitch's voice. She is just so dumb. Like, how are you gonna justify? Like, you can't justify this, man. It's just not justifiable, okay? But anyway, man, tell me what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys think that Jussie Smollett should be convicted, or Do you think he's innocent? Tell me what you guys think, man. The floor's open for you guys. Comment what you want. Anyway, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and out. Peace.